We finally made it to the Dry Tortugas. Here we are at the top of the fort, and that is our boat in the background. Isn't it awesome? Still can't believe we're here. Hi, I'm Cookie, and this is my husband Jay. Come join us as we go on sailing adventures with our tail crew, Scout, Andy, Cheddar, and Oscar. Come enjoy the adventure with us. We are Flying Tortuga Adventures. Hey, so last time we were leaving Key West, and here we are leaving Key West. We just got out of the tourist zone, and we have put our sails up, and we are in that beautiful blue water headed to the Dry Tortugas. Now, by the way, when you go to the Dry Tortugas, it's about a 65-70 mile journey, and we anchored out in between, but you have to bring along everything you need. There are no grocery stores, no gas stations or diesel anywhere along the way, so you have to get there and get back with everything you need on your boat. So here we are. We're almost to the Dry Tortugas, and here's Cheddar voicing his opinion on where Jay should trim the sails. There he goes! Look, he's right there! There's two of them! Yep, I just lost my glasses. Do you see him? He's right there. So yeah, you heard that right. In the excitement of seeing the dolphins, I totally lost my glasses. So yeah, there was another pair down, but I got to see the dolphins. It's so exciting to see them, and Scout and Andy just love following them all around the boat. They're there, and they follow you for a little while, and then they take off. So here we are. We anchored out the first evening on the way to the Dry Tortugas, and we put some pork chops, some potatoes, and an apple tart on the grill, and enjoyed a good meal, and got to bed early because we are going to be in the Dry Tortugas tomorrow. Yeah, we're so excited. Have I mentioned we're excited about being in the Dry Tortugas? It's a bucket list thing. So look at that beautiful blue water and that seaweed. This is on the second day to the Dry Tortugas. We should arrive in the afternoon. There's Jay taking a little nap with Andy, and we are almost there. We'll be there around 4:30, 5 o'clock, just in time to put something else on the grill and make dinner. And we'll be at the fort. So yeah, it's beautiful weather to be out here doing this. So along the way on that second day, we encountered this mass of sargasso grass out there. But look at that beautiful blue water. And in its own way, the grass is really pretty too. It's very much a contrast on that beautiful blue water. But we're in about 40, 50 feet of water here, and you can see straight down to the bottom. It's so beautiful. And this is our second day on the way to the Dry Tortugas, and we are on schedule to be there around 4:30 in the afternoon, and at about this time we're about halfway there. Almost there, the Dry Tortugas. There's the lighthouse over there. Oh. Okay, we're still about 4 miles away. This is the lighthouse across from the Dry Tortugas. And right over around the corner, we're fixing to make the turn, is the Dry Tortugas. I know you can barely see it at this point, but I promise it's right there. It's about 4 miles away, and we will be there in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, we just anchored. Look, you can actually see the anchor all the way at the bottom, and there it is. There's the Dry Tortugas. That is the Fort Jefferson. You can see a little bit of the beach from there, and we are one of the few people here. There's a few boats anchored on the other side of the fort, but it was a little crowded over there, so we anchored right outside the fort. We are in about 10 to 12 feet of water, and it's a lot closer than it looks, but we, if you see right outside of the fort, there's a little buoy for no wake for the swimming area. And Jay is just battening up our sails a little bit, and we'll get ready to make dinner. And yeah, we are here. So the next morning, we got up, got in a dinghy, and headed out to the fort. The ferry was there, the seaplane was arriving, and we made our way to the dinghy dock. Nothing fancy here, that's for sure. Okay, after the excitement of the seaplanes, seeing the ferry come in, I cried tears of joy getting onto this beach and in front of this sign. This is a place we originally wanted to go on our first journey, but it took us a while to get here, and it has been such an epic and amazing journey just to get to this point. I look back and we have come so far in such a short time. We've learned how to sail, we've learned how to dock, we've learned how to anchor, we've learned how to provision and get the dinghy out and go into places. It has been unbelievable. So, as we enter the fort, come join us on part 2 and take a tour of the fort with us. You won't believe how amazing this historic place is. And it is a tiny little island, but it is packed full of scenic wonders and all kinds of stuff. So we'll see you shortly with part 2.